Hi, welcome back to Another Year Bolder. My name is Jamie. I'm on a 100+ pound weight loss journey. I'm currently starting week 13. I just wrapped up week 12. And what I'm following is the Diet-Free Life method by Robert Ferguson. It's just portioning out your foods and eating your foods in a certain way, which make it a fat burning plates. That way I can lose weight naturally without, having to be on any medications or anything like that. If that's something that you choose, that's great for you. But for me personally, I don't like being on medications ever, even when I'm in pain. So I do try to avoid that as much as I can. However, you do what you need to do for you. But I like this plan because I've used it in the past. I've lost a lot of weight with it throughout the years. Fortunately, I don't always stick with it because, life happens and I get lazy, quite frankly. Be honest with you, I get lazy. But what this is I'm in the ICOR program with Diet-Free Life. ICOR is for anybody who's premenopausal, perimenopausal, or menopausal, and anyone who's over the age of 40 who's struggling to lose weight, just, based on our age and things that are going on. I'm 47, I'm premenopausal, and I also have endometriosis. So those two things alone just kind of really mess with my hormones. And now that I'm older, it makes it a little bit harder for me to lose weight. When I was younger, I used to not have a hard time, but now it's a little bit of a struggle. So for breakfast and lunch, and this is just based off of me, my genetics and everything that I went through with my weight loss coach, and we determined, we did like some trial and error to see where I would lose weight, where I would gain weight. That way we knew what area I needed to be in to keep my meals fat burning and moving forward. For me, the fat burning meals, my breakfast and lunch will consist of a protein, a slow carb, and either a half a fast carb or a full fast carb. That's just breakfast and lunch. And then for dinner, my meals will consist of a protein and 2 slow carbs. Now, there are other ways to have fat burning meals, which I'll go over right now. So another fat burning meal would be if you had one protein or one portion of a protein and only one fast carb, or if you had one protein and only one slow carb. So that's also fat burning as well. And then for my snacks, because I'm a female, my snacks have to be between 100 and 200 calories. And for males, if you're a male, it's 200 to 300 calories. So it's 3 meals a day with 1 snack. That's for me, my program. That's just based on, everything that my hormones are going through, based on my age, things like that. We did trial and error. We checked to see if I could have fast carbs every single meal and still lose weight. I cannot. So I do have to keep my fast carbs at 2 meals a day, which I'm perfectly fine at. And I can eat anything I want as long as I follow the guidelines. And then for my snack, it can be anything as long as it's between 100 and 200 calories. And I don't think I've ever spoken about the drinks before, but the drink should be 0-calorie drinks, 0 to 10, 20 calorie drinks. Whatever it is, you want to factor it in. Like if you're eating it or drinking it with your snack and your snack is 190 calories and your drink is 10 calories, and you want to make sure that that stays between 200 calories. I do drink water with the True Lemon drink mixes, and the True Lemon drink mixes are 10 calories, so I have to remember to add those 10 calories in whenever I'm having my snacks. But outside of that, I do not count calories, I do not count carbs, I do not count macros, I don't do any of those things. I only look at my portions. If you're not sure about portions or you want to know, there's so many different outlets you can utilize. Because I'm signed up with Diet-Free Life, I do get templates from them that show me my portions. My consult with my weight loss coach, also we talk about that. If there's something that's not on the chart and I'm not sure about it, you can also go by serving sizes if you prefer to do that. I know because I've used this program off and on for years and I know that it works. I pretty much know what my portions are just by eyeballing it. And there are certain foods that I can have that are kind of limitless, like lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, bok choy, celery, cauliflower, strawberries and blueberries. I say are limitless, but really there is a limitation to them, but it's not real restrictive. So, whenever I'm putting my meals together, you might say, oh, well, that's a bigger portion. And it might be, but I know what foods are I know what foods are kind of limitless and what foods I need to make sure that I keep at a strong portion. With that said, I've lost 19 pounds so far. I'm going to go over my results for week 12, and I am still at 19 pounds. I lost 6 pounds between week 10 and week 11. There was a scale mishap where week 10 said I gained 3 pounds. Week 11 said I lost 6 pounds, when in actuality, I probably lost 3 pounds week 10 and 3 pounds week 6. I'm sorry. 3 pounds week 10 and 3 pounds week 11. The scale just didn't reflect that because it needed to be recalibrated and it needed new batteries. But I was super excited when I saw week 11 with a 6-pound loss. And technically, I'm at another pound lost almost, and I'll explain that in just a second. What I meant by almost another pound loss is my scale does like point whatever. So week 11, I weighed 295.80. And I don't count the 0.80. I just round down to 295. I should probably round up, but I don't. I just round down to the 295. Now, this particular week, week 12, I weighed 295. So the 0.80 is gone. It's almost an additional pound, but it's not quite. So I'm just going to say that it wasn't a weight loss. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. So you can go from there. Anyway, I want to give you the rest of my results from when I started to where I am now. Sorry, there's like some little fuzz flying around my face, and it's like driving me crazy. My dogs keep walking in and out, and I'm sure they're shuffling dust, and one of them sheds like crazy. Oh, and I'm going to be having surgery on my thumb, hoping next month, but they called me and said that because I had a shot in my thumb, what was it, a cortisone shot back September something, I can't remember. I have to wait 90 days before I can have the surgery. However, they still have the surgery scheduled for prior to that. So I'm waiting on the scheduling nurse to get back with me to verify if I can have the surgery next month or if I have to wait till December. I really hope I don't have to wait till December, but I want to do whatever's best. I know I have to wait for the cortisone to leave my system, so I don't want to do anything that could deter that. This one needs surgery too, but this one is not as painful as this one. I have to wear a splint on it because anything that touches right here makes me cry. And when I bend it like this, it'll lock, and when I go to lock it out of place, oh, anyway, you didn't ask for all that. I can just give it to you. Okay. Week 12, my results are actually, let me go over when I first started. I first started August 2nd, 2025. My starting glucose was 140. For this week, week 12, which was October 25th, 2025, whenever I checked everything, it was 114. So I went from 140 to 114 with minus 26 points. My starting weight was 314 pounds. My weight as of 10/25 is 295 even, which is a total of 19 pounds lost. And then I started at a BMI of 62, and now it's at 58 with minus 4 points. And my weight loss coach has me measure just my waist only. So my waist was 55 inches when I started, and now it's 53 inches, and it's been 53 for a couple of weeks. And so I'm down 2 inches there. When I lose weight, I always lose it in my face first, and then in my chest, and then everything else kind of does it evenly. I can tell you that in my stomach area, not my waist, but my stomach area, I do see quite a bit of a difference there. So I'm definitely losing in my stomach. And my shirts are fitting better. My pants are, I even have some pants I can't wear because they're so big. They were a little bit big before I started. And now that I'm 19 pounds down, like, they're my pajama pants. They barely stay on. Luckily, I have pajama pants that range in different sizes because all throughout my life, I've been up and down, up and down. So I do have a few that run a little small, and I change into those when I need to. And I am not currently working out or exercising. I have walked a little bit throughout this process, but really I have not really done much exercising. I do want to get back into that. I was ready to start weight resistance training, but with my thumb like this, I can't hold any of the dumbbells or anything like that. I just can't do it. And with this thumb, I can do it a little easier, but not very much. I can't get a good enough grip on it. I do plan to start walking more or doing some cardio exercises more. Sorry if you hear that. My dogs are back in the room. They're back and forth, back and forth. So I do want to start the cardio workouts. It's hard because I'm on the 4th floor. We have a downstairs neighbor that lives right below us, and he works nights. So I don't want to wake him up, and I'm a big girl. It's probably going to make some noise. So I got to see what works out I'm going to talk to him. He is super nice. I'm going to talk to him and see like, hey, when are you sleeping? When are you kind of awake? When would I not bother you most? Because I know he'll tell me all those things because we don't want to be disrespectful. We do have a gym here at the apartments that we live in. And I guess I could drive over there. Right now I have the car because I'm having to take my husband back and forth to work, but normally I don't. It is several buildings over and it's super hot here in Florida. So I really don't like to walk outside much because it is so hot. However, last couple of weeks it's been cool off and on. I think right now we're in the 80s, which is nice, but our heat index is still really high. Now later at night, it's usually around 60 or 70, which is amazing. I just don't want to walk outside at night. I just don't feel comfortable doing that alone. I do have to walk my dogs now at night by myself because my husband did fracture his knee, which he is doing so much better. He's able to move it around more. He's still continuing his physical therapy. Hopefully soon he'll be off the crutches. We are really, really praying for that and hoping for that because we want him off the crutches. You know, he wants off the crutches. I'm also, I just started my physical therapy for my tailbone, which honestly, my tailbone started feeling better last week, and that was my first physical therapy session. I did get a donut as the doctor suggested, so I've been sitting on a donut. If you're not familiar, I had a slip and fall accident on Labor Day. I had 2 back-to-back falls. It was raining outside. I slipped on the crosswalk in the middle of the rain because I had horrible shoes on with no tread. I got up once, a gentleman helped me up, and as soon as he let me go so I could take a step, I slipped and fell again, and I fractured my tailbone pretty bad, and a chip is missing, and it's completely turned the opposite direction. It does, however, feel better with the donut. I love the donut I have. If you're in need of one, let me know. I'll try to remember to put a link at the bottom because it is so comfortable. My husband doesn't have anything wrong with his tailbone, but he saw how comfortable mine was and he wanted one too because our living room chairs aren't that comfortable. And since he's stuck sitting in a chair all the time, I got him one. Anyway, I know you probably don't care about all that, but I just wanted to share it. Give you an update on where we are. He's doing great with his physical therapy. I think we're going into the 3rd week now. Let's see. He first fell October 6th. Yeah. We are into the 3rd week now of his recovery, and his job has just been amazing because he did get hurt at work. They have him on light duty. I dropped him off this morning because he still can't drive himself anywhere yet. And they're doing such a great job at helping him out and making sure that he continues to earn money, especially good right now because I'm not working at the moment still. However, I do have a new company I'm supposed to be starting very soon. I'm just waiting on the start date, got all the paperwork done. I thought I was going to be starting this week and I didn't. So I'm thinking next week or the week after, which is okay because my thumb is killing me and the more time I can rest it, the better. With that said, at the end of the video, like always, I'm going to put the information about what I ate all this week. That way you can see that. I don't know if I've mentioned this. I want to say maybe I've mentioned it once or twice, but there is 1 meal a week where I'm supposed to have 2 fast carbs. Sometimes I do it and sometimes I don't, but I really should do it because what that does is it shakes up my metabolism a little bit, gets it off track and kind of revs it back up again to say. So this morning, I did eat, today is Sunday. This morning I did eat 2 fast carbs. I can only do it for 1 meal once a week. So I chose this morning to do it because coming home from bringing my husband to work, I was really hungry. I went and got McDonald's and I really shouldn't have because, oh gosh, that was not good. It upset my stomach. But I got a chicken biscuit with a hash brown and that's what I ate. So you'll see that pictured for week 13 whenever that video comes out. But stay tuned, week 12. I'll show you what I ate. And it's really important to do that 1 meal with 2 fast carbs. So when I do that meal, it does need to be either breakfast or lunch. It does not need to be my dinner. And the reason for that is I'll be going to bed shortly after I eat dinner and I will burn less calories when I'm sleeping because I'm not moving around, obviously. So with that said, I hope you like this channel. Go ahead and give it a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you can be notified anytime I post new content. I am currently posting on Thursdays and Saturdays. I was posting Tuesdays and Thursdays, but now with my husband having to take him to work, that has changed my schedule quite a bit. So for now, I'm doing Thursdays and Saturdays, and I may just leave it at that. That's fine. But go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. That way you'll get notified. And I love it when you leave your comments. You guys have been so supportive, so amazing, leaving me these awesome comments, and I love to reply. I usually only reply once, maybe twice a week, as soon as I get a chance, just because there's so much going on with his doctor appointments and my doctor appointments, taking him to and from work, taking care of the dogs, and then just everything else. But I promise you, I will reply to any of the comments that I see. Um, as long as it's not overloaded, which it's definitely isn't. But I really appreciate those comments, so please keep them coming. Please continue to comment, because you give me so much motivation you don't even know. I absolutely love it when I read "you got this," or "I'm working this out with you," or "I'm doing this with you," or "you're encouraging me," or "I love that you show your meals." I love that so much. I want to help you just as much as I'm helping myself, and you have encouraged me as well, and it just means the world to me. I can't even tell you. Just keep in mind, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a wellness or nutrition coach, I'm not any of those things. I'm just a girl learning things as she goes, and sharing what she learns, and sharing what I'm eating and what's working for me. If you do want to get started on the plan I'm on, you can reach out to Diet Free Life with Robert Ferguson. Any of their coaches are amazing. I am personally being coached by Robert Ferguson. He's been my coach off and on for years. I absolutely think he is a wonderful guy. He is sick right now, so I have not had my consult with him. I don't know when he's going to be feeling better. So I'm just going to continue this week like I have been, and probably meet with him next week, because I want to make sure, he has time to feel better. And my heart goes out to him, and I sure hope he feels better soon. But just reach out to one of the coaches if you're interested. Diet Free Life. I love it. The program's amazing. I love eating just regular everyday foods and losing weight. It's a big part of my journey and how I'm succeeding. But if you don't, I completely understand that either. I am not in any way supported by them, other than, joining them and their weight loss coach. But this is not paid subscription for me, nothing like that. I don't get any kickbacks or rewards or anything like that for referring them. I just believe in the plan because I've done the plan and it does work. So just wanted to share that with you. But whatever journey you're on, whether it be Weight Watchers, low carb, what is it, macro friendly foods? I'm not really all that familiar with macro stuff. But whatever journey you're on, please reach out to me. My mother-in-law is doing Weight Watchers. She's having great success. She loves it. We talk every now and then about, where she is, where I am. Either way, I'm happy to be here for you, and I'm happy for you to be here for me. So I will see you next week. Just stay tuned to see what I ate. Bye.
I did include a portion control template, and it's kind of just based off of your hand, like your fist, your thumb, your finger measurement that way. It's going to be the third slide. You can always pause it if you want to see more. This slide right here. So you can just go off of that if you like, or like I said, you can Google a template. You can buy a book, a recipe book, all kinds of things. There's different ways to find it. I did, however, see that this particular week I ate a lot of fast carbs for dinner, and I'm not supposed to have fast carbs for dinner. It's probably something I just overlooked because I had a lot going on and I didn't pay enough attention and I should have, or maybe I wasn't hungry, or we just hadn't gone grocery shopping. I don't know, whatever the event was. I had more fast carbs for dinner than what I should have. I definitely shouldn't have had that many. And then I skipped a couple of meals, and I know I skipped at least one snack. So that's something I got to do better with in the future, and I will definitely work on that and see how it goes. I do have some updates already, so can't wait to share it next week. See you then.